Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a part 2 to a video that I did earlier, two, 3 videos ago. I posted it in October actually, and it was vocal quick tip. I'm looking at my computer screen here. It was vocal quick tip number 37, part 1, the less volume, the more support you need, I believe it was called. Anyway, is that what it's called? Yeah. Less volume, the more support that we need. And at the time that I did it, I remember saying that I would do a part 2 of that just to demonstrate and to talk a little bit more about that. So that is what today's quick tip is about. So in that first video that I did on this, on the part 1, I was talking about how a lot of times when we have quieter volumes with our voices, we assume that we don't need as much breath support and as much like muscular diaphragmatic support. And as a result, well, today I'm going to talk about the result. So as a result, what happens is we are often giving a breathier sound than we intended to. It is a less sustained sound, meaning that it's not just that it's quiet or a quieter sound, but it's actually a weaker sound. And then also, we don't have as much control of what we're doing with our voices when we don't approach it with the right amount of breath and support to begin with. So today I want to continue this conversation, and I want to focus even more so on the idea of sustaining, and that's a part of what we're talking about as well. I've done previous videos dealing with dynamics specifically, both loud to soft and soft to loud, and I gave you some exercises and demonstrations about how to work on alternating your own volume. And also I talked about why that's important and how it really adds to your artistry and gives power and brings your message across. So today I'm not going to talk about dynamics in general, but just specifically sustaining a note, and particularly sustaining a quieter note, which takes actually more support and breath rather than less. So when you go to sing a quieter note, or even to speak more quietly, the first thing I want you to do is to acknowledge in your head that it's going to take a little bit extra support and breath. What I don't want you to do is be in the habit of thinking that you need to back off in terms of back off in terms of the sound, yes, but don't back off in terms of the breath that you give it. And that's a little interesting coordination, I think, to work on, this idea that as you back off of the sound, or rather make the sound quieter, you want to actually give more breath and give more support. So here's a demonstration. If you have a quiet note, ooh, you don't want ooh. See how it's breathier? Still quiet, but weaker, breathier, and doesn't have as much support. And thus, you don't have as much control over it. But if I approach that quiet note, still keeping it quiet, but thinking, okay, I'm going to have to give it more breath and even more support. So if I have a louder note, oh, oh, if I have a louder note, oh, and then I'm going to bring it down, oh. If you practice doing that, oh, there's a better note. Oh, there's a better note maybe. Whichever note you like. But if you practice doing it where you do start louder and then you get softer, but once you get softer, stay soft, and then practice focusing on what's happening in my diaphragm, what's happening with my breath, and really concentrate on the adjustment, the bodily adjustments you need to make in order to stay on that note and keep it quiet at the same time. It's a bit more of a challenge than you might think. So let's pick another note. Ooh, let's do that note, or I'm going to do that note. We all have different ranges, vocal ranges, and I'm going to start quiet and keep it quiet. But here's the exercise. In order to practice sustaining it and keeping that support going, we're going to count. So we're going to start with a simple 3 count while you hold it. And this exercise will help you practice, again, sustaining the note but at the same time staying quiet, and that takes extra control. So we're working on the control as well. So we're going to take a note. Let's take a lower note, a chest sounding note. Let's do lay. Okay, but we're going to do it quietly. So we're going to count, starting with 3. Lay. As of now, a weaker, I was going to say, as opposed to a less supported note, which would sound like lay. You hear it's breathier? Now, it's true sometimes, depending on what you're singing, you want to purposely make it sound extra breathy, and that's for a particular artistic effect, and that's fine if that's what you're going for. You're trying to do that on purpose, and you're trying to do that for a particular artistic reason. But just in general, again, as a really good exercise, and even if sometimes you do sing or even speak to be breathy on purpose, this is still a good exercise to do because it increases your control and your awareness of, again, how you're using your breath and your diaphragm. So let's count 5 times this time, holding one note, and the idea is stay quiet but sustain it strongly throughout, not loudly, but in control throughout. Or to give it more breath in order to do that. So here we are. Lay. That was a lower note for me. So do those kinds of exercises where you're holding a note, staying quiet, counting, and then extend your counts to 8 and then 10. And notice and practice and focus and work on how much breath you have to give it to stay quiet, but stay sustained. Don't let it get weak towards the end. And it's really good way to tune in to this the muscular apparatus that we use, that is the groundwork for all of the ways in which we use our voices, or at least it should be. And I say should because, like I said, it'll give you control and help extend your control of your own voice, and also it'll help your voice last longer, and you won't be hoarse, and you won't tax your instrument and your vocal cords by wrong singing that is not utilized enough sustaining and support, I should say. So I hope this vocal quick tip was helpful for you out there, whether you're a speaker or a singer. Comment below and give me a thumbs up, a like. Let me know if you have any questions as well, and please do subscribe. I welcome my new subscribers, and I welcome back my longtime subscribers. And in the meantime, God bless, take care, and check me out on Twitter and on Reverb Nation and on my Facebook page, and all that information is down below, so in the box below. So take care, God bless, and I'll be talking to you real soon. Bye bye.